It is at this time that I'd like to please welcome Ms. Jennifer Brooks to the podium.
To all of the Lindsey College administrators, faculty, and staff, to the graduates seated before me, and to the family, friends, and loved ones, welcome to this day. Actually, more fittingly, we call it Welcome to Your Day. Today we celebrate students who gave their all to a program and celebrate the program that gave them so much more back. We also celebrate the stagehands, the loved ones behind the scenes that made it possible for us to succeed. I believe it's appropriate for the thank yous to come first. And so on behalf of my classmates, I would like to thank Lindsey College for this opportunity. It's a unique one, but also the highest quality. Much of this thanks goes to the faculty who taught us each weekend with excellence and with respect. Thank you for the time you spent teaching, caring, and relating. Giving up our weekends with our families for our education was definitely difficult, but you were doing the same thing, and you were doing it for us, and for that we are very, very grateful. To the parents, children, extended family, and friends who had to deal with us while we were students, you deserve a hearty thanks as well. You understood when RSVPs were returned with the sorry, unable to attend checkbox marked. You understood when we came home late on Fridays and left early on Saturdays. You even understood the stress and sometimes irritability that came with balancing work and school against our desire to spend time with you. As mentioned earlier, you really were the ones behind the scenes, making it possible for us to succeed. To the graduates, my classmates, and my friends, it's time to thank you for the opportunity to be a part of your lives, the part that you have played in mine. We've shared tragedies and triumphs, laughter and tears, successes and failures. We learned to lean on each other and celebrate with each other. This experience would have been completely different if I hadn't shared it with you. So thank you, friends, for being there when it mattered. May these friendships be lifelong. And at this time, I would like to offer some encouragement, hope, and inspiration to the graduates in front of me. And I find it difficult to address this. It's not the same as most commencement speeches. We're not leaving the ceremony and going back to our dorms to pack up and set out on our adventures in the wild world. We're already living it. And so when we leave here, we'll have education and confidence, and we can begin to achieve the goals with which we started this program. So as we close this experience today, graduates, please don't forget what prompted you to become a part of this program. Remember those dreams of helping others, making a difference, and make that your reality. And so in the spirit of encouragement, I would like to leave you with some words that Tom Brokaw shared with graduates just like us. You are educated. Your certification is in your degree. You may see this as a ticket to a good life. I ask you to consider something different. See it as your ticket to change the world. When we leave today, friends, please use your ticket. Thank you.
It is my distinct pleasure to introduce to you one of my favorites. Not only is he brilliant, but he is without a doubt the kindest person I have had the luxury of getting to know. Dr. Jeff Crane is the director of our graduate program for the School of Professional Counseling at Lindsey College. He and his wife Jody, both originally from Texas, has been with Lindsey for the last 9 years. They have 2 adorable children, Meredith and Miles. Please allow me to introduce to you my favorite bald man, Dr. Jeff Grant.
Thank you, Deb. Dr. Rigney, Dr. Bryant, faculty, family, friends, and most importantly, the class of 2007. It is an honor for me to have this opportunity to share with you a few thoughts on this fantastic occasion. And what I want to talk about are 4 rules or principles that you probably know intuitively, but I want to talk about explicitly because I think they can make a difference in your life, and they have made a difference in my life. You ladies and gentlemen are here today because you want to work in the field of human services or counseling. That you stuck it out and are graduating today means that you have played the game. And I use the word game as a metaphor and not in any kind of a pejorative or cynical sense, because after all, life can be a little bit like a game. So, as we all continue to play the game, here are some basic rules and strategies that I think are well worth remembering. Rule number 1, if you want to play in the game, you have to get a seat at the table. My family loves to play cards. On many occasions throughout the year, Mom and Dad would have people over to play cards, usually hearts or spades. I love playing cards, and I always wanted to participate, but I was the 5th person, and there's not a seat at the table for the 5th person. So what did I do? I sat there and I waited. And I knew that eventually someone would have to go to the restroom, or Mom would have to go to attend to the kitchen, and I would have an opportunity to play. I was there to fill in. And people really didn't mind that I filled in for them because I was okay at those games. And shoot, I've been watching them for a long time. I knew how to play those games, and more importantly, I knew how they played the game. For instance, when we played hearts, Dad was always wanting to shoot the moon. And so he would hold back his high hearts to queen spades to see if he and his partner could run them. And if Dad was playing partners, he would always want some indication from his partner if he had a strong or a weak hand at the very beginning, so he knew whether or not he should try to shoot the moon. Mom, on the other hand, she liked to discard those high hearts and the queen, but she would always hold one back just in case Dad tried to shoot it so that she could thwart him. I knew how to play the game, but I knew how they played the game too. There was one time, and I didn't realize this until years later, that Mom and Dad had invited over another couple to play. The game hadn't been underway very long when Mom said, "Honey, can you come take my place? I gotta go take care of the kitchen." And I did. She had gone and done something unusual and prepared a complicated meal that required a lot of attention. And that was unusual because usually she would make finger foods or something that didn't require her to be away from the table very long. But on this occasion and others that followed, I had a seat at the table for a long time.